Hey there folks, it is me RandomJosh and I'm back again with another face mask Friday video, and today we have a fun little makeup tutorial. Happy New Year, fresh first makeup of 2023, on the channel at least. um, so I kind of wanted to go for somewhat, I was originally going for a muted subtle eye, but obviously the eye went a little bit dramatic with the wings and all the craziness going on with it, but I kind of like it. I've recently experimented in eyeliner and yeah, I think it's a serve. But if you want to know a bit more about how to achieve this look, then please stay tuned. Starting this off, we'll be priming the skin. So I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer here. I've had this for a while and I've never really used it properly. I just really work that across the skin, and then I did leave this to dry for a little bit just before applying any further makeup so that it does not mix. And now you can see here we're going in with the El Maquillage Woke Up Like This foundation. My shade is 35, and I'm just basically using a nice buffing brush just to basically create a nice base for us to work with the rest of the products that we'll be using today. Working that across the beard as well area, which is often a little bit tricky. So if you do have facial hair, usually I recommend shaving it off if you're going to be applying makeup to that area, just because it does get clogged around there a little bit and easily becomes cakey. But now just using some concealer here along the high points. So this is the El Maquillage Fucking Flawless Concealer. I'm using the shade 2.5 and just basically buffing that again. Mainly trying to do tapping motions and really just like amplifying those kind of areas where there's still a little bit of redness. And now going on to some contouring and a little bit of blush there as well. So this is my CYO Cool as a Coconut Cooling Bronzing Stick in Fair Medium. So just basically going across those general contour points. And then I'm also using the Trixie Cosmetics Trixie Stick in Baby there. And now using the buffing brush again just to work that into the skin. And you'll notice that I'm doing small little motions, basically dragging slightly in the general vicinity and direction of actual shadow. So rather than putting it forward into the highlight zones, actually dragging it away so that it doesn't look, so it looks a bit more natural basically, and how shadow should fall. Anywho, on to powders now. So I'm using the Coty Airspun loose face powder in translucent and just basically working that through the skin, all over the face, and dusting off any excess. I tried not to use too much because I know it can sometimes get a little bit crazy in here. And now for some bronzer. So this is the CYO When the Sun Don't Shine bronzing powder in medium, just really focusing that on the cheekbones there and also the nose. As you can see, we're just kind of building that up. I think this shade is really nice actually. It does add quite a nice amount of warmth. And now some blush. We've got here the Milani Baked Blush in Sunset Passion. Did use a little bit much here. As you can see, it's a little bit crazy, but that's how I like blush. I like to, marry it in with the contour and kind of give it a little bit of colour. Anywho, on to eyes now. So we're using the Be Perfect Perfect Prime eyeshadow base here, just basically a concealer, and then all over the lid and working that in with the finger just to really marry the kind of concealer in so it's no crazy harsh lines or any full cakiness. And now onto the Be Perfect Muted palette here. So I'm taking this first shade here, which is Soft. This is a very skin-like kind of shade, especially for myself. So I just kind of wanted to use that as a bit of a transitional shade all over the lid, mainly focusing that kind of main pigment in the upper brow bone area. And now taking the shade here, Gradient, just to add a little bit of warmth and colour to the eye. Again, focusing that really on the brow bone and the kind of like socket basically. So yeah, just using a nice blending brush just to buff that right across there. And now taking the shade Buffer, funny enough, and just adding a little bit of depth. I like with this palette that the colours aren't like, they are literally quite muted. They're really buildable, but as you can see here, it's almost like you can barely tell that there's product going on, but then when you look back, you look and you go, oh yeah, there's product there. It's just so nice, like, and it blends just so easily, basically, is where I'm going with this. And now taking the shade Low on just an angled brush there, and I'm basically just outlining a bit of liner. So method to this and reason for doing this is just to basically give it an element of a baseline for when I do the actual liner. As you can see here, I'm now buffing that line out, so I didn't want it to be a harsh line or anything like that. I just wanted a bit of a deepening of colour in those areas, and then I did also take a little bit extra into the outer corner of the eye as well, just to kind of marry it all together. And now taking some of the shade Soul. So this is a really nice kind of neutral sheen kind of glittery shade on a nice little flat brush, and just basically, yeah, you can see there, working it across the lid, trying to add, you know, build it up so it's not too subtle, but it isn't too in your face crazy. And I've started doing this technique as well now, where I, knowingly that my eyes are a little bit more hooded, I tend to try and bring shades like that up to the top, just so you can actually see it when my eyes are open. But yeah, now going back in with that shade Gradient and Buffer there, just working that on the lower lash line. And again, I'm using usually I'd use a smaller like buffing brush kind of thing, but I actually used a big blending brush there just to try and diffuse the tones and make it a little bit easier on the eye when going through. Now onto the fun bit, which is liner. So this is the El Makiage Ink Liner Liquid Eyeliner. So it's a really nice kind of pen liner, really strong shades there, and it does have really good payoff, as you can tell. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a professional eyeliner. I've just started really making it work for me. So yeah, just basically doing the good old-fashioned, well, I say good old-fashioned trick, but keeping the eye open when doing this area here, as you can see, just helps to really line the liner up, so that it kind of, when you're opening your eyes, which is what you're mostly going to be doing when showing off your makeup, it does actually look as it's supposed to, which is the obvious end goal. So yeah, you'll see I'll just continually going back in and making sure that it's as perfect to me as possible. And then yeah, I'm going in with this Makeup Academy eyeliner as well. This is just a black shade that they've got, and just using that in the lower lash line, in the waterline itself, just to again kind of tie in with everything that we've got going on there. Now in with some brow and lash gel from CYO, just to kind of fill out the brows and make them extra juicy. And then we've got our Mad Llama mascara from Be Perfect, just preparing the lashes for the falsies that we've got here. So these are the Lotus lashes from Indigo Rose. They are special editions. They don't come out very often. I don't think they're out at the moment, but always, always, always keep an eye on them because they are absolutely to die for. Nice, subtle, but yet still dramatic lashes, and I live. So yeah, just applying some mascara now, again, just to kind of make sure that my natural lashes and the falsies do actually match up. And now lips, we've got the Be Perfect Supreme Velvet Liquid Lips, and this is in Bad Influence. I haven't used their products for so long and I forgot how nice they were. So these go on very smooth, liquidy, and then they dry completely matte, which I live. And then using this Beauty Bay powder highlighter in Beam. Do be careful, as you can see I've used quite a lot, it is a very heavy product. And then of course finishing off with the ever wonderful Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Alrighty there folks, so thank you so much for staying tuned with this particular video. If you did enjoy this gorgeous makeup, then head on down below, click on that subscribe button and join the family. Hit that notification bell also if you want to be notified of when you can get more of this. Oh, so much more. But yeah, well, I hope that you did enjoy this. I kind of love it. Tried to use some different like products I've never really featured before, and you know, we're getting some different payoffs, some new faces. Oh, who is she? But yeah, thank you again, and I will see each and every one of you folks in the next video. Peace out, bitches.